Greetings, cocktail aficionados. It's John Moser with another edition of Cocktails Out of Quarantine. Now, if you've been watching this program for a while, you may remember that about a month ago, I made something called Nocino. At least I started to make it. I put all the ingredients together, the vodka, the toasted walnuts, the lemon rind, the baking spices, the star anise, etc., 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 and put it all in a big jar and set it aside for about a month. I have completed that process. It's blended together, strained out. In fact, I'm going to show you some earlier recorded footage on how I finished the process. And now I have Nocino, and it's delightful. And I'm going to show you how to use it in a drink. And there are a number of uses you can for Nocino. You could put it in a Manhattan in place of the vermouth. You could put it in an old fashioned in place of the simple syrup, and it gives a whole new aspect to both of those drinks. But the drink I want to show you is called the Ghost Story. I like this drink because it is very Nocino forward. You use, in fact, a little bit more Nocino than you even use bourbon. Sorry, I had to adjust my iPad. And I also like the name because I kind of think paranormal's cool. So the Ghost Story, it's a bourbon cocktail with also Nocino and a few other things. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is show you a video, and you'll notice I'm wearing a different shirt because I recorded it last week. A video of the finishing the Nocino process, and then we'll come back and see how you make it in the drink. Got it? Great. So now the moment has come. The Nocino, which has been sitting for a month now, right? There it is, this mix of vodka and toasted walnuts and lemon zest and a bunch of baking spices, and including vanilla beans. You can see that? All right. It's ready to be strained into its receptacle. I've got a carafe here that should hold all of the liquid. I have this big old funnel, a strainer placed in the funnel, and just to make sure I get as many of those solids out as possible, I'm putting cheesecloth in the strainer. And all that needs to be done now is I've got to dump the contents of this jar, oh wow, does that smell good, through the strainer. In fact, most of the solids are staying quietly in the jar. Unfortunately, this carafe is just a little bit too small to hold the contents. Look what I got here. Ooh, I gotta put that off to the side. This means some of this is gonna go to waste. Well, I'm not gonna let much go to waste. I'm gonna pour some in a glass right now because I want to try it. Wow, that is really something. I'm getting hit with a lot of flavors at once. The walnut, the citrus, the spice, the vanilla. This is going to be a fun, and but it's also very sweet also. So you could use this in place of a simple syrup. Yeah, I am happy with this. So I'm going to show you next how to use it in a drink. The Ghost Story has only 4 ingredients. The main liquor is bourbon. Here's our finished Nocino, of course. Here is lemon. We're only going to use about 1/4 ounce of lemon juice, but keep some lemon, some extra lemon, because we're going to use lemon peel as a garnish. And Angostura bitters. Wait, that's the wrong Angostura bitters. I'm going to replace that. Orange bitters, I think, would be a little bit too citrusy for this drink on top of all the other citrus in it. So there it is. Those are all the things you need. Let's make the drink. First thing we're going to do, take our cocktail shaker with ice and add some of this wonderful Bulleit bourbon. An ounce will be just fine for this drink because the Nocino is actually going to be doing most of the heavy lifting. And then we're going to put in about 1 1/4 ounces of the Nocino. Oh, it smells so good. There we go. We will squeeze half a lemon. Again, we don't need very much of this. Probably only about a quarter ounce. Oh, this is considerably more than I need. I will pour it all in. There. And finally, a couple dashes of Angostura bitters. I like bitters, so I'm going to say 3 dashes. Seal her up. Shake it till it's good and blended. And I've got a rocks glass with a nice big ball of ice. Pour that over the top. A lovely color to it. And I'm going to take this half of lemon. I'm going to use the other half. And take some of the rind. First thing I'm going to do is express it over the top of the drink. Right? All that involves is kind of giving it a little twist and a squeeze. And then I'm going to drop it inside. And this is the ghost story. I don't think it's very scary. It smells wonderful. You really get the taste of that Nocino, but the bourbon is there, right? Bourbon stands up to just about anything. Doesn't get lost in the shuffle like vodka. That is a wonderful, wonderful drink. It's certainly good for now in the summer. It would also be perfectly appropriate for the fall because a lot of the spice flavor would be good in the fall. Heck, I declare this to be a drink that's delicious at any time. So, here's the ghost story. I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.